はい、皆さんこんばんは。ウェルカムゲームボックスざきでございます。本日の配信は、もう3回目になります。チキンポリス。続き遊んでいきたいと思います。この時間、プレイ、このゲーム、プレイ時間を、平均6、7時間だそうなんですけども、倍かかりそうな予感がしております。みんななんでそんなスッスいけるんや逆に。こんなに話が難解なのに。まあいいや、やっていきましょう。ちょっと昨日不具合というか、チャットの連携が悪くて、読み上げの関係だと思うんですけど、チャットが書かれるたびに、ゲームがラグつくみたいな現象が起きたので、ちょっと、棒読み切っております。貯金箱さんいらっしゃいませ。チェックありがとうございます。チェックありがとうございますじゃないの。あ、お上品にお発言すればおタイムアウトされないお説。なるほど。皆さんじゃあ、お上品にチャット書いてください。そしたら、弾かれないらしいです。すごい。大発見ですね。ありがとうございます。まあ、大丈夫でしょう。皆さんお上品だからね。皆さん、おこんばんはいらっしゃいませ。お寝落ち配信、歓迎でございます。さあ、じゃあ、基本的に。さあ、おチキンオポリス、お楽しみ遊ばせ。ありがとうございます、皆さん。ずっとやってたもんな、昨日の。ガウスやボックスハピさんいらっしゃい。もうだからやっぱ読み上げがさ、今最近遅いから反応が。自分で読んだ方が早いよ。だったらいらんのよ。前回のあらすじ。猫ちゃん。ナターシャね。ナターシャに、渡したいものがあるから別荘に来てくれって言って、内緒で言われて、ボスチキンと相棒は行ったわけですよ。別荘にね。行った先で、ここで一番初め、冒頭にいた鹿ちゃんのデボラ。あの子が殺されておりまして。でそこから、いろいろ事件に発展していくのですが、書いてんのかな？そう、ナターシャがね、何か見せたいって言って別荘に招待してきたんですよ。で、ナターシャはそこにいませんでした。ナターシャはこのバイタっていうね、メッセージがちょっと誰か知らない人から来て怖がってましたが、その、デボラの死体の背中にも、このバイタという文字が書かれておりました。で、情報屋フィルマーから、情報屋だっけ？バーであったね。お店であったフィルマーから無理やり、なんか、リストを渡されたんですけど、そのリストが何かわからなくて、いろいろ探ってたんですけども、すごいなんか有名人、著名人ばっかりだ、みたいな話になって、で、一緒に住んでたうさぎの、何でもするよって言ってた人、あの人が、ここ行くといいよって言って、売春宿の、マダム・ザイワスがやってるその売春宿に行ったんですけど、その売春宿で、経営してるこのマダム・ザイワスっていうのが、もともと凄腕のなんかスパイをやってて、何が本当かわかんないみたいなのになってるうちに、なんか国家スパイだった元みたいな、結構でかい規模の話なんですけど、でそこでちょっと長くなんだよな。5時間もやってんだもんな俺。イブン・ウェスラーっていうのはギャングのボスで、ナターシャの、恋人になるのかな。でそのマダム・ザイワスの隠し部屋みたいなところに行ったんですけど、そこの台帳が、そのちぎれたそのリストの破片だっていうのが分かったんですけど、そこに、ボスチキンの元嫁の名前が 記載されておりました。だから元嫁もナターシャももともと売春宿で働いてた、それでつながりがあったみたいなことでした。でまあその件とは別に知られてはいけないことを知られてしまったので、チキン2人はボコボコにされて、船に乗せられて、火をつけられて殺されかけましたけども、なんとかかんとか逃げ延びて、で情報屋のとこ回ったりとかなんかいろいろしているとこでした。で、一人このアライグマのレッサーパンダかな、レッサーパンダのこのジップってやつ、こいつが情報を横流ししてチキンたちをはめたんですけども、多分ボスからも命を狙われてて、こいつを詰めに行こうとしたらもうすでに自分から警察に出頭して、何も聞けない状態に、とりあえず自分の身を守るためにね、警察に今身柄を拘束されているところでございます。でこのレッサーパンダはギャングのボスから小包を処理しろって言われて、それが遺体だったんですけども、で遺体がつけてたリストバンド、これかな、これをなんか本人は分かってないけど重要なものだと思って隠してたみたいなようなんですけども、これをチキン2人が手に入れました。でこのリストバンドに数字が書かれていて、これなんだって言って、おそらく、なんかID パスじゃないかっていうので、こういうリストバンドに数字が書いてるのって大体病院だよねっていうのでいろいろ調べてたら、どうやら精神病院のやつっぽいよみたいな。でその精神病院にはなんとギャングのボスの双子の弟が入院していたっていうのが明らかになりました。これね、このリストバンドはおそらくイブン・ウェスラーの隠された双子の弟がいたんですね。で今からその精神病院に向かおうというところでございますっていう5時間でした。
Okay, so the picture is more or less clear. Ibn's got his brother killed because
イブンは弟にナターシャが売春宿で働いていることがバレ、イブンは弟に彼を殺す命令を出した。イブン・ウェスラーだよね。
Okay, so the picture is more or less clear. Ibn's got his brother killed because he learned Natasha worked in a
まさにゃさん
brothel.
こんばんは、ヤニ様こんばんは。ちょっと今日棒読み切ってます。なんとか頑張って今日朝までに終わらせるぞこのゲーム。
No, that could be the case, but I believe the roots
そ
go
うかもし
deeper
れんが
than
事件
that.
の真相はもっと深いんじゃないか。とりあえず行っ
We
てみ
can
ないと
only
ね、わ
learn
かん
if
ない。
we talk to him. I mean, if the corpse isn't him.
死体が彼じゃないとすれば、
Because then we'd
彼
need
と
a
話さ
medium.
ない限りわからないことだ。万が一死体が彼のものだと霊媒師が必要だ。だからその遺体は誰のものかが
Which
まだ
would
分
be
かってない。
exciting, but maybe it's enough if we ask the doctor who treated him.
That too, yeah. But where's the fun in that? So where exactly is this place?
精神病院ってどこなの？
A few hours drive from here, in the middle of nowhere.
こ
It's a
こから
creepy
車
old
で数時間。
mansion. Of course.
You think it's a good idea to go there?
偏僻な場所だ。
What if it's a trap?
今日なんかチャットの調子が悪いみたいで結構弾かれる場合があるみたいですけど、それは YouTube のなんかちょっと不具合みたいなので、うちのチャットだけに起きてることじゃないらしいので、ちょっと我慢してください。ごめんなさい。
I told you, you can still go back.
危ないからもうね、抜けてもいいんだよって言って相棒に言ってます。
Huh, wouldn't you love that? No such luck, boss. If I get killed or locked up forever in an insane asylum, that's gonna be on you.
あんたのせいだ。
Thanks, pal. I
あり
deserve
がたい、責
that.
任取るよ。
You still trust her?
まだ彼女を信用してるのか？
I never trusted her, Marty.
まだ一回も姿を現してないですからね。その別荘に呼び出したけども、どこにいる
I
のか？
mean, you believe her?
I'm sure she was honestly afraid. People don't fake it that easy. But I can understand why she didn't tell us about her former profession.
もともとナターシャは売春宿、その売春宿で働いていましたけども、もっともっと出生のことを言い出すと、なんか王族の出みたいな、なんかそんな話にな
Or
ってき
how
ま
she
した。
knows Molly?
Yeah, that too. And the death of Deborah complicated things even more.
Hey,
私もさ、
Sonny,
話がちょっ
she-
と登場人物が多
she
すぎ
didn't
て、
seduce you,
ごちゃごちゃして
right?
ますけど、
I mean,
頑張って
Natasha.
頑張ってる。頑張って説明してる。間違ってるとこもあるかもしれないけど。ちょっとアーカイブが長すぎるからね、ちょっと見れないと思って。
Ah, don't be stupid, Marty. My old ticker hasn't been beating for a long time. Not that way, anyway.
モリーはサニーの元嫁ですけ
Yeah,
ども、
all right, boss.
出てくるかな？
So what do you think happened to the corpse?
死体はどこ
Probably
に
been
食べられ
eaten.
た。
Horrible to think about, but even if half of what they say about the hive is true,
動物の世界だからね、
starvation,
ここは。
riots,
You're telling me. Makes my feathers stand on end when I think about what goes on in there. And we pretend we don't know about it. As if Roachtown isn't even part of Clawville.
ちょっと待って、マウスをさ、充電してる。接触が悪くて充電ができないんですよね、最近。最近っていうかもうここ数ヶ月ずっと。ちょっとだけ待ってください。ゲさんいらっしゃい。ここ。お読みはわざと切ってます、今。ダメだ。もう諦めよう。
this won't end well. I'm afraid soon Clawville's gonna burn once again, and because of its own foolishness.
黒ビルというこの街全体ねは炎上するかもしれない。
Well, that's if another
Jiwo
meat war doesn't break out first. Cause then, the whole wilderness will burn.
Lovely prospects, eh?
Either way, it was a damn clever move for Westler to hide the body in Roachtown.
ゴキブリ町に死体を隠すというウェスラーの手法は抜け目がないな。
That's the only place
ギ
no
ャング
one
の
will
ボス
ever
ですから
find
ね
it.。
Like the belly of a burning ship.
Oh, I think that was an intentional red herring.
Sounds about right. Who'd have thought? I believed that little rat. I thought
There's a point when it's too late to change, Marty. His past caught up with him. Whatever he did since then doesn't matter.
not much.
Exactly.
喉
And
痛い
that's the case with us, too. That's why I won't back down. Even though a voice in my head is screaming right now, leave it all to hell and have another drink.
Maybe we should do that.
Maybe we should.
全部聞いた。
I got a feeling tomorrow's gonna be another tough
あ
day.
これでやっ
You
と
could
一
use a
日
good
過ぎるん
night's
だ。
sleep.
You're telling me.
だいぶあれでしたね。一日が長かった。
Okay, so the picture is more or less clear. Ibn
Books I've never.
この辺も一応調べておこうか。
You know, I thought about it multiple times that
これも読んだね。全部読んだ。ただ、町にはまだ行けないですね。
You're the best, boob. I haven't dusted you off in a. Why did you keep that wristband?
98423722。電話は6桁だからね。関係ないです。
Please say the floor inside is covered with conspiracy theory papers and notes written with your own blood.
More like dirty clothes and empty bottles, Marty. Sorry.
You're no fun, Sonny.
Well, you'll get old eventually, too.
Never.
まだ外出れない。
When all of this is over, I'm gonna go on that long journey.
I'd still like to take a peek.
I wouldn't do that if I were you, Marty.
Oh, it gets more and more enticing. I'd still like to take a peek.
これは見たね。
A closet that...
世界観見ておこうか。ここに大きなヒントがある時もあったからね、昨日。関係ないと思ってたのに。あったんだよ。
Books I've
別
never...
に他はない。電話はかけてもしょうがない。全部尋ねました。お
Okay,
話
so the
もし
picture
た。
is more.
I got a feeling tomorrow's...
睡眠とって。どうやって睡眠とるの？あ、こうか。
So,
これでもないな。
okay, so the picture is.
あれ？関係ないの？
I got a feeling tomorrow...
睡眠とって。え？またほら。踏んでるよ。どこだ？
I'd still like to take a peek.
これさっきの。
I still have nightmares about the Great Fire.
Really? Were you alive then? How old are you exactly?
I was 3. And maybe it's not even a true memory. Just the collective memory of the city. I see the flames. I see the burning buildings.
Hey, wait a minute. I thought you weren't born in Clawville. Aren't you from Averia?
Exactly, Marty. We were just visiting Clawville when the...
I'm surprised you ever returned.
Well, maybe that's the reason I did return, Marty. It's like when someone falls in love with their captor, you know?
かっこいい。
Somehow I feel like this is my place. No matter how much suffering it brings.
なるほど。
Heavy stuff.
これもでも見たんだよ。
You've heard the gossip, haven't you? That they were the ones to set fire to the city before saving it?
街を救う前に火をつけたのは彼だと。
Everyone heard that, Marty, but most likely...
I don't know. Somehow it fits for me. First, they burned down the
これ
city.
今関係
You
あるかな？
watch too many movies, Marty.
It must be horrible to live inside your head, Boss Bird. I don't see it that way. I don't believe everything's directed by cold, calculated logic.
Because it's not. But most conspiracy theories are just pure, made-up sheep shit.
Ah, so you do believe in them.
I believe in the possibility.
You're an awfully worn piece of old furniture, pal. It's chaos and mayhem wherever we go. Oh,
Now, I never thought I'd say this, but you're right. I
あ、
never knew
ちょ
how
っと
much I
文
missed
章
it.
変わってるかも。
that feels good, Boss Bird.
Just don't get too excited.
Hey, if you like music so much, why don't you have a
Maybe I love...
違う
the
な。ちょ
silence
っと
of
変わってる。
Clawville? You mean the sirens, the gunshots, the crying, the screams, and the wailing?
Yeah, something like that, Marty.
And what do the kids call you? Mr. Santino? Uncle Sonny? Papa Boss Bird?
パパボスバ
One
ー。
more word, and
ま
I'll
た
twist
口ば
your
しを。
beak off.
Can I ask an honest question?
If you must.
You think of her differently now?
I don't really
あの
know.
事実
Our
が、
shared
まあね
past、didn't
売
change.
春
Our
出身だった
daughter,
っていうの？
our experiences, our pains.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
But yeah, Marty, I think of it differently. I won't lie.
I'm sorry.
I know, Marty.
これで全部見たが見たんだが外にはまだ出れないです。なんで もう前回発覚したけど、この普段、本当なら触れない場所も触れる。
Huh.
っていうのを見てしまったから。
I've had enough A stack of paper.
なんかこの辺とかさ。
Okay, so the picture is.
なんもないね。ほら、また積んで
I'd
るよ。
still like to take a peek.
I wouldn't do that if I...
Oh, it gets more.
You're the best, Bubo. You finally proved
今からここ
useful.
に行くんですが。あ、番号だ。電話かけるんだ。5555-966。よかった。やっぱこれちょっと日が空くともう分かんなくなっちゃうから連続でやってよかった。OK。ちょっと飴舐めよう。喉が痛い。
Well, I'd like to inquire about a patient who I believe is being treated at your institution. His name is Albert Wessler.
ウェスラーね。アルバート・ウェスラーは、弟ですね。
Sorry, sir, but I can't give out that information if you don't have the password given to relatives. Do you have one?
親族に提供されるパスワードをお持ちでない方には情報を提供することはできません。お持ちですか？これ、リストバンドの表示じゃない？
Unfortunately, I don't have that. I'm not a relative. I'm calling for the Clawville
正直
Police
に警察
Department.
ですって言うのね。
Oh,
なるほど。
in that case, officer, I'd advise you to
Hold on.
visit our institution personally. Our director and I would be happy to answer your questions.
直接教えてくれって。
Thank you, miss. I guess I'll do that.
We'll welcome you with open arms.
美しい星空の夜をお楽しみください。精神病院の人がそんな言う？おしゃれすぎんか、この街。
Oh,
はい、
thanks.
どうも。
Goodbye.
See you soon.
So,
よかった。話進んだ。
We have to go there.
これ多分ね、わかんない人絶対進めないよね。
the thought gives me goosebumps.
Chicken bumps aren't good enough for you?
Ha ha ha. I'd still.
違う違う。
I got a feeling.
You're telling me. So, I get the couch?
これはソファーか？
It'd be better if I called Lewis. He'll open up a room for you to sleep in.
Whew, great idea.
Sorry for the mess, Marty. I rarely have visitors.
Don't worry about it, Sonny. I didn't expect anything else.
Thanks. Sorry for the mess.
Don't worry.
終わった？
You're the best, Booba.
あとなんだ？
I've had enough. Tonight you tried to kill me again, old friend.
文章変わった。
Are you talking to the city?
Huh? Oh, yeah. Maybe I'm just going nuts.
You and me both, Boss Bird.
Maybe I'm just old.
あれ？まだだ。まだマップ出ない。これでいい？
Sorry for the mess.
違うんだ。 え、またですか。もう電話はかけたよ。
I'd still like to take.
I wouldn't do.
Oh,
どうすればいいんだ。全部見た。電話もかけた。あと何？喋りかけるしかないよね。
so where exactly?
尋ね終わってる。質問もない。
Sorry for the mess, Marty. I
話すの
Don't
は
worry
もう
about it.
話した。
Thanks.
あと何なんだ。
I got a
これがあるから
feeling
長いんだ。
tomorrow's gonna be another.
You're
早
telling
く寝
me.
なさいよ。あ、わかったわかったわかった。わかったぞ。ルイス。555932。部屋用意してやってくれだ。
Hey, Lewis. It's me again.
Oh, hello, Sonny. What's up?
Were you sleeping, pal?
Me? Oh, I wasn't. Anyway,
怪しいんだよな、もうそろそろルイスも。
Would you open up a room for Marty?
naturally, Sonny.
Thanks, Lewis. I'm not even gonna say it.
I will. You owe me one.
Yeah.
かけたよ。あ、やっと出れるようになりましたよ。これが新しいチャプターだ。
I slept like I used to
も
sleep
う終わ
years
りか
ago.
けでしょ。
Like a miner or a soldier. Empty. Dead tired.
半
Then
分
I
は過
saw
ぎてた。
Tessa. My darling little daughter. But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't recall her face. I reached out to her, but she just kept getting further and further away. Then I saw Molly. But she wasn't real. Just the ghost of a memory. I'm here, I cried. But all I heard was laughter. Not hers. Who's there? Suddenly, she appeared. Natasha. Just stood there laughing. But her eyes were cold.
What?
Then she said something. Painted red. Painted red. Painted red. That was just a dream, Sonny. Nothing more.
まさかですけど自作自
I
演じゃ
looked
ない
at
よな。
Marty and I saw the same thing in his eyes as he probably saw in mine. It's time to hit the brakes, to turn back, go home and forget about
ま
all
だ
of this.
何にも分かってない。
Of course, I stepped on the gas instead. Honestly, I wasn't expecting anything good, but this,
Ooh, just like a horror movie.
まるでホラー映画だ。
I was thinking the same.
Appearances can be deceiving.
Let's hope so.
ホラー映画のような病院。住民廊下看護婦。絵画だ。あ、でも、こんな感じの色じゃなかったな。すごいなんか、叫び声聞こえてきますよ。大丈夫ですか？
This picture,
It's very
special?
ユニークだね。 なんかあるんじゃないのこの辺ってさ。
Even if you manage to escape, there's nothing but hills and forests for.
Imagine how many poor lunatic ghosts might.
Ooh, Sonny, you're creeping me out. This guy seems strangely familiar to me.
You don't say. You've been treated here too.
Oh, don't be stupid.
No.
あの、
Well?
No, it can't be. Are you telling me it's him? M.B. Davis himself?
デイビス。
I'm sure of it, pal. It seems the gossip was true. The eternal king of jazz in a madhouse.
尊敬する
Oh, no, no, no. Poor devil.
家にポスターまで貼ってたのに。こうなってしまったんよね。
Of all the great wild
うわ
ones.
頭が高すぎて見えない。笑わそうとしてる。
Greetings, miss.
こんにちは、お嬢さん。
Is it really you?
Well,
Yes, it really is you. The chicken police.
チキンポリス。
I'm afraid so.
はい、そうです。どうなるのか見ないと気になってしょうがない。そうなんですよ。私も続きが気になってしょうがないんですよ。だからもうとりあえずやらないと。
Of all that's furry and plumy, that's fantastic. Oh my goodness.
Miss, we'd like to ask.
ファンですか我々の。
Please, don't be scared. I'm just really excited. You know, I've read every
Hero
book
でした
about
から
you
ね、
and
この
your
回は。
adventures. And I even collected newspaper articles when I was a little girl.
ガチファン来たやん。
Indeed.
You can't imagine what an honor it is to meet you in person.
顔見して。
We really.
Oh God, oh God, oh God. Take a deep breath,
落
Miranda.
ち着け。
Take a deep breath.
Are you okay, miss?
大丈夫ですか、お嬢さん。
Yes, I am. I just needed some air. So, dear detectives,
落ち着け。
Well, miss, we have some questions, if you don't mind.
I'd love to answer all of your questions, detectives.
Like an angel from heaven, isn't she?
そうか。
Yeah, half of her's still up there, I think.
That's rude.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Sorry, but I still can't believe it's really you.
Neither can we.
You can't imagine how wonderful it is that I can help you in one of your
単
cases.
身犯になるの
Does
Let's
this
tell me
mean it
how-
will become a new book? And
Me how
maybe I
zero.
will be in it?
Miss, those books aren't really.
Don't even tell me. No, no, no. I don't want to know. Let it be a surprise
あの本は
instead.
本当は。
No, I didn't mean.
Leave it to me, Sonny. I'm good at this. Thank you, miss. Your words are very flattering, and
No, I thank you. I'll never forget this day.
We won't either, that's for sure.
we're happy to bring you joy, miss. Anytime.
いつでもどうぞって何
Say, miss, what can you tell us about this place?
Our institution was standing even before the Great Meat War, and during the war, it was transformed into a military
2つあ
hospital.
る。
Since then, we are relentlessly working on treating injured minds under the leadership of Dr. Quetzal, the famous
Dr. Quetzal.
specialist.
精神患者の治療に。うん。
The place seems
あ、
pretty empty.
ヘビカ
Do
メ
many people work here?
We have 32 residents and 7 nurses, including me. We also have a 3-person maintenance
そん
and
なに大
cleaning
きい
staff,
病院じゃないん
and,
だ。
of course,
ちっちゃ
the
い病院
heart
だ。
and soul of our institution,
診療所
Dr.
ぐらいの
Quetzal
大きさじゃない
himself.
I see. Now, this Dr. Quetzal.
Exactly. Director, scientist, researcher, patron, and doctor. And even a friend.
Quite a guy.
He certainly is.
So, who is this Dr. Quetzal exactly?
He's a world-famous researcher of the mind, Mr. Featherland.
うーん
He published countless books in the
Psycho what?
Unraveling the Mind. It's the most
キリ
crucial
ン顔見え
mission
ない
of the century, Mr.
顔
McChicken.
見してほしいんやけど。
That's really good to know.
So this doctor's some celebrity, right? Does he usually meet other important persons?
I'm not sure I know what you mean.
Well, like Mr. Hobart Wessler, for example.
Ah, yes. That's something you should ask the doctor himself, but unfortunately, I don't think he has time right now.
He's swamped, is he?
Exactly, Mr. Featherland. He is very, very, very busy. All the time.
I thought so. Now, what can you say about this, miss? Have you seen anything like it?
Of course. Our residents wear these for identification.
やっぱりここの病院のリストバンドで間違いないですね。
Huh.
The wristband does belong to one of our residents,
やっぱ教えられ
but
ない
I'm
んだね。
afraid I'm not allowed to tell you more due to regulations.
Oh, come on, Miranda. It's us,
俺たち
the
チキン
chicken
ポリスだけ。
police.
I'm sorry, I can't.
ああ、意外としっかりしてる。
Miranda, this case is a matter of life and death.
All right,
教えてくれた。
all right. I'll do it. Albert Wessler. The patient's
Yeah, but
name
don't
is
know.
Albert Thaddeus Wessler.
Figures. John.
Thank you, Miranda.
Please,
Oh.
don't
で
make
も
me
双子
blush.
ですから。双子っていうのが
Don't
ミソ
tell
なんだよな、
anyone
多
you
分。
heard it from me.
だから、弟のリストバンドをつけた死体を発見されたけど、実は兄の方だったみたいな。よくあるやつ。
Oh, we won't.
じゃないの？
So when can we talk to Mr. Wessler?
I need to ask Dr. Quetzal. Please wait here.
弟のことを敬愛してたって言ってる情報があったので、実は牛耳ってるのは弟だったみたいなのとかないの？
Thank you.
We should go to...
Dr. Quetzal will see you. He's waiting for you in his office.
What a surprise. It's enough to mention Wessler's name and all the doors are open.
I wouldn't want to get mixed up in this, but do you think Albert is in danger?
Danger? What?
We haven't heard from him since he disappeared, and we're really, really worried.
I see. We don't know yet, miss, but let's hope for the best.
Great wild ones protect him.
Where is he?
No idea, Marty.
The smell of all that's furry.
Well, reptiles have a disgusting body odor, Marty,
爬虫類は
but they feel exactly the same about us.
まあ、
Exactly.
その通り。
Great wild ones. You scared the hell out of me.
蛇でよろしい。
I already sensed your arrival from afar.
すでに
You
察
know,
知していました。
snakes have a different sense of
蛇だ。
smell. And birds used to be
食べら
our
れた。
prey once upon a
かつては鳥も俺
time.
たちの獲物だった。
Well, yeah. Luckily, we're living in civilized
文明社会で
times.
よかったよ。
Lucky. Please take a seat. How can I help you, gentlemen?
怖っ。窓。
Why do you have bars on your windows?
Because it's a room like all the others, and I'm just an...
With the significant difference of
It's not as big of...
ここ。
Your office is rather Puritan. Simple, I mean.
ain't that the truth?
Well, yes. I can't let my mind wander
オフィス
from
に
my
は起きま
work.
せん。
I
I see. That makes sense. Is this... Is this...
一緒だね。
To be honest, gentlemen, your visit is anything but a
むしろ予想して
surprise.
たとしたら
I
言
could
える
even say,
What an introduction.
なんという自己紹介。
please forgive me. I have the bad habit of immediately getting into the middle of things. How very rude of me. My name is Dr. Sessuous Quetzalcoatl, but most call me Dr. Quetzal to keep it simple.
The name is Santino Featherland, and this is my partner, Martin McChicken, from...
From the predatory division of the Clawville Police Department. Your fame is one step ahead of you.
We're used to it.
Certainly.
We have some questions about one of your patients, if you don't mind. We'd like to talk to him. If
Please be specific, detective.
さっき電話口に出た女の人は何やったね。何でも話しますって言ってなかった？
Look, Doctor, we're too tired to play cat and mouse. Not that snake and chicken sounds any better.
Very funny, I must say. Just what I expected from you two detectives.
We know you know. It's about Albert Wessler, Ibn Wessler's secret twin.
秘密の
Ever
カゴ。
since we've said his name, all the doors have miraculously opened. That's what we call a bullseye.
Well, yes. Why should I deny it? We're talking about a rather illustrious patient here, who's also a very particular medical case.
状況が複雑？
Now, that's much more interesting. So, are you willing to talk about him?
Because Albert, regrettably, has disappeared, and you are police detectives, I have no reason not to talk to you. Of course, I'm at your service. But you must understand, I can't disclose information
そらそう。
about my patients.
まあそらそう。ちょっと待ってね。
Not even if it's a matter of life and death?
生死に関わる問題だとしても？
Everything's a matter of life and death in here, Detective. This
Ma.
is a hospital, even if it's primarily for the mind,
Ma,
not the body.
Still, I'd like to give the impossible a try.
Please, Detective, just do
ど
your
うぞ仕事
job,
を進め
and
てくだ
I'll
さい。
do mine.
尋ねるが出たね。
How long was Albert a resident of the institution?
For quite some time, his first symptoms surfaced in his teens.
10代の
Depression,
頃に発
panic
症した。
attacks, and schizophrenia.
糖質うつ病、パニック発作。いっぱい。
Was he brought here immediately after the first signs that something wasn't right?
You know, the biggest problem with an opinion on insanity is that animals are ashamed of it. That's the reason our institution stands out here in the middle of nowhere.
Because animals would rather hide what they're afraid to face.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
As far as I know, the Wessler family wasn't exceptionally wealthy.
Indeed, they were rather poor, but we offer our
サービスを無
services
償で提供しています
gratis.
Then how do you sustain yourselves?
By the grace of the treasury of King Hector III, of course.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
My family and the royal dynasty had always been on good terms, Mr. Santino.
王室とお宅の一族はなんで？
What kind of a place is this exactly? I assume it wasn't built as an insane asylum.
It used to be a mansion. Construction started during the
要
occupation
所一世
in
紀か。
622. Then it stood empty for almost a century until finally it went to the crown of Clawville when Hector's great-grandfather took the throne. The rest is history.
How long have you been working here?
I've worked here for more than 30 years, but it's been in my family's possession for almost 150 years.
So if I count correctly, as soon as it went to the crown, it was seized by your family.
That's almost accurate, Mr. Featherland.
What a lovely inheritance. Tell me, Doctor, do you know Madame Zavas?
Just like everybody else, I've heard of her, but I never had the pleasure of meeting her in
会ったことないの？
person. I'm sure she's an
Oh, you can be sure about that. I'd gladly get you two together if I had the chance.
Is that so?
As it turns out, she likes small, narrow, secret places.
Oh, I see. What a coincidence.
ワニとヘビだしね。
A snake. I can't help it, but...
So,
let's see. Dr. Quetzal's a real mystery. But I can turn that to my advantage.
謎だ
I
ら
just
け
need
だ
to。focus on the strangest pieces.
謎が多い。ドクター・ケツァルは謎だらけだが、それを有利に働かせることはできるぞ。パルツールの中で一番変なピースに焦点を当てれば。アルバートはいつ病院の患者になったんです
So
か？
when did Albert become a
Albert and Hobart, or Ibn as you call
あ
him,
なたたちを気分
arrived
で呼
here
んでますか？
almost exactly
ちょう
4
ど4
years
年前に
ago.
やってきました。
Could you describe that day more
具体的に
specifically?
教えてください。
It was not long after
大
New
晦日の
Year's
数日後。
Eve, maybe the first week of
ま
the
た大晦日
year, if I'm not mistaken. It was sleeting that day. Wind was banging incessantly on the windows. The power was going.
What was your first impression
彼
of
らの
him?
第一印象は？
I already knew the Wessler name. I knew who they were. Or at least I knew one of them, Hobart Wessler. He was famous. Gangster, moneylender, celebrity, lover.
And Albert?
He was new to me, an invisible grey ghost. The family had tried to keep his existence a secret.
Why?
Because they were ashamed of him, of course, Mr. Featherland.
恥ずかしかった
That's how it
あ
usually
病気を
is.
してたから。
What was your first impression of him?
He was
物静か。
silent, but observed everything that surrounded him. His eyes were constantly moving, never stopped for a second.
Was he afraid?
I wouldn't say so. It seemed to me that he wanted to move into our institution voluntarily.
Didn't you think of that as unusual?
Of course I did. But who am I to judge? It was rather special treatment.
アルバートはどんな特別待遇を受けたんですか？イブン・ウェスラーから何らかの方法で脅されたことはありますか？したかなでも。
Tell me, did Ibn Wessler threaten you in any way?
Oh, he didn't really need to make threats. It wasn't in question. Of course we would...
You seem like a professional authority, Doctor. One who is above these power plays.
First of all, because he's a Wessler. You don't say no to a Wessler. My vocation may come first, but the will to live is even more critical.
彼が他の者にとって脅威だと感じたことは？アルバートの病気の症状とは具体的にどんなもの？アルバートに最初に会った時の印象は？アルバートはあなたとどう接しましたか？
How did Albert relate to you?
これが一番気になる。
Albert was immensely sophisticated and polite, so much so that his true emotions and thoughts could not...
And that's why you thought of him as an exciting case.
That's right, Mr. Featherland. I see you're starting to get to know me in some way.
I'm just doing my job, Doctor.
You and me both.
アルバートは多重性格者だったと。
Are you telling me Albert had multiple personalities?
We found out very quickly that there was no other reason for the cause of his seizures. He had a cold and calculating personality who sometimes, especially on stormy days, took the reins.
He had these seizures from the beginning.
Yes, Mr. Featherland, but they started to intensify after Albert left our institution for the first time.
He did what? Left the institution?
入れ替わってたんじゃな
More
い？
than once?
Oh, yes, Mr. Featherland. Albert left the institution on several occasions until the last time.
Quetzal's not only very observant, but he's addicted to details. I must focus on that if I want to get closer to the truth.
細かいことへのこだわり。アルバートが初めて施設から外出したのはいつでしたか？じゃあアルバートは自由に出入りできたんですか？どっちだろう。アルバートがここから出ていくのを許したんですか？
When and why did Albert leave the institution for the first time?
It was about 2 years ago. Mr. Hobart Wessler appeared and demanded we let his brother go free. Naturally, we obliged. We had no idea if we'd ever see him again.
But you did.
He returned the same day. Albert was ecstatic. He was unrestrained, I could almost say.
That was unusual for him.
I had never seen him like that before, Mr. Featherland. He just smiled and stared at the empty wall for...
Did he ever tell you what happened to him outside?
Of course he did. Albert and I had a good relationship.
彼はお兄
He
さんの
was
ために絵画を
working
描いてい
on
ま
a
した。
painting for his brother.
絶対その絵、あれやん。破片のやつ。
Was it a painting of a lovely lady
素
cat?
敵なメス猫の絵画でしたか？
Oh, exactly. So you already knew about that.
Yes, Dr. Quetzal, I've seen it.
アルバートはお兄さんとの関係についてあなたに話しましたか？アルバートはナターシャについてあなたに話しましたか？アルバートは絵画を描き続けるために何度も
So Albert left on many occasions.
Exactly, Mr. Featherland. Every time he came back, he was like a different person. But unfortunately, his seizures also multiplied and became
More dangerous.
Albert was hurting himself. And on one occasion, he even tried to hurt me. It was unprecedented. It seemed his confined personality was taking over their shared mind entirely, piece by piece.
Do you think the painting caused it?
Not the painting, Mr. Featherland.
But its subject.
Exactly. He was obsessed. Right until that fateful day when he returned to us for the last...
What exactly happened that day, Doctor?
It wasn't Hobart who brought his brother back that day, but 2 of his gorillas. Not literally, I mean. And Albert was in a terrible, terrible...
What happened to him?
I don't like to talk about that, Mr.
It could be vital to the case, Dr. Quetzal. Don't back down.
Oh, you're right. There's no use turning back now. So, Albert's tongue was torn out or cut off, I don't know exactly. And he was blinded in one eye. Or rather...
So you're saying Albert was brought back horribly mutilated?
Yes. And they didn't give any explanation as to what is...
Dr. Quetzal is cold and professional, but he's also very confused. Maybe it's cruel, but I must exploit his vulnerability.
混乱してる。どっちも気になるな。アルバートが事故に遭ったとはまさか信じていなかったでしょ？
You didn't believe Albert had...
Of course not. I'm not naive. I knew immediately that Albert had been severely battered, and I was sure it had been his brother.
Well, we don't know that, Dr. Quetzal.
Would you defend a monster?
Take it easy, Doc. One of the most critical elements of my job is not to make assumptions.
You're absolutely right, Mr. Featherland. I'm sorry I got carried away.
It's all right. Happens to everyone.
集中してドクター、アルバートに何が起きたと思いますか？しっかりしてドクター、事故後のアルバートの容体はどうでした？何が起きたん？容体か
Pull
な？
yourself together, Doctor. What was Albert's...
Mind your tone, detective.
Sorry, Doc, but I can...
How could I not be? I'm not a monster. We're talking about a
So, what was he like?
even more silent than ever. No surprise, I suppose.
What do you mean by that?
He never painted anything again.
What happened
なんか
then?
いろいろ考
How
え
did
れる
Albert
な。
disappear?
A few weeks later, Hobart came to visit Albert one more time. Albert had been in terrible condition.
What did Hobart do during the visit?
訪問時に何をしました？
He didn't do anything. He just sat and watched his brother, who was...
Couldn't you manage to draw anything out of him? You or Hobart?
Nothing. For a while, he was trying to signal something. Perhaps he was too afraid. And most likely his fingers had been broken too, so he couldn't even write.
Do you think Hobart could have killed Albert?
It's horrible to say it, but I'm sure of it.
How did he disappear in the end? Did someone come for him?
That's what's most eerie about it all, Mr. Featherland.
鍵は私しか持ってないのにドアが開かれていました。
Did anyone see
消え
anything?
た？
No one. We interrogated the staff, even the patients. He simply vanished off the face of the wilderness. We...
Unfortunately, I have a hunch. Thank you, Doctor.
Oh, well, I'm glad I could be of help.
We understand, Doctor. Thank you.
うわ、引く。ちょっと整理しようか。イブンはショーが終わった後、不審に思えるほど大急ぎで、クラブを出て行った。出て行ったね。イブンはおそらく自分の弟アルバルト・ウェスラーを殺し、ジップにその遺体を捨てさせたのだと思われる。合理的な説明としては、わからんけどね、まだね。キリンの子はもう、俺たちの大ファンです。アルバートの兄イブンはナターシャの絵を描かせるために弟を数回精神病院から連れ出していた。
I have a hard time bearing their proximity. My blood boils and my heart... That's quite shocking information.
I think you understand why we kept it a secret. If it wasn't for Mr. Wessler's demand, we'd never let any of our patients walk freely outside our institution.
まあそうですわね。
Then the accident happened.
Accident? Ha! We didn't believe it, not for a second. After Albert came back to us, horribly
Different how?
if someone got one of his eyes poked out and his tongue torn out, he'd be different.
アル
But
バートは
not
全
like
くの
this.
別ネズミとなっていました。
We believe you, Doctor. So,
I'd rather call it his room.
彼の部
Mr.
屋。
Wessler lived.
Thanks to the Wessler name, I guess.
Yes. Well, we try to make all of our patients stay as comfortable as possible, but Albert certainly enjoyed
なんかね、わかるよ
special
うな、
favoritism.
なんかいろんなこと考えれちゃうですよね、これね。
I hope you don't mind if we
これ
take a
かってな
look
らない。
around in there.
That's not going to bother
なんか
anyone.
納得あーんとはなるけど、
Well, that's
これ
surprising.
は驚きだ。
I've never seen a cell like this before, that's
こ
for
れなら
sure.
住んでも
I
いいぐ
wouldn't
らいだ。
It seems that being a Wessler gets you
And a healthy dose of danger.
mostly that, yeah. Let's take a good look around.
あたり
I'm
をしっ
sure
か
we'll
り調
find
べ
some
る。はい。
answers here.
Well, I smell paint, ink, plaster, some kind of oil.
What the dickens?
Unmistakable.
This place is bad for you, pal. But if you've already jump-started your beak holes, then sniff out the solution.
I'm on it, Boss Bird.
狭。書斎机、絵画、小さな窓、高級そうなベッドス。ただ狭い。絵画。
The style. It's very familiar
こ
to
の画
me.
風、俺には馴染みがある。
You've been lonely for far too long, huh?
Not funny, Marty.
It is, a little.
何これは。これは、なんだこの辺関係ないよね。一応触っときましょうね。
So this... Whew, it's hot in here.
Okay, Marty, that's enough.
Whew, it's hot.
違うね。
A small window. A small...
全部触っとかないとね。ほら。こうい
You
うの
know,
があるんだ
I
よ。
don't think he had it so bad in here.
ここは彼にとってそこまで悪い暮らしじゃなかった気もす
You
るけ
mean
ど。
apart from being separated from everyone you love in an ancient mansion filled with madmen?
確かに。
You're right.
As always. Well, I guess the bed
Are you really so sure he's not alive?
I never said that.
書斎。
Scribbles, newspaper articles, study papers, poems. Perfect chaos.
完全なるカオスだ。
Just like the troubled mind.
Yeah, but there's still a kind of order in it. It's just too intricate for you to comprehend.
If you say so, boss.
Identical twins. And looking at it, they may have easily loved this 2 men and 1 woman. Nothing good ever
2
comes of
匹の
that.
男と1匹の女。いいことはないな。
Well, I wouldn't say that exactly.
Of all the wild ones, Marty, please, stitch up your beak,
慎んでもらえ
okay?
る
Just use your imagination, old bird.
Look at that. A
Yeah,
letter.
うわ、いっぱい回収できる。
Isn't this familiar, Sonny? Just like your office and your desk. Taking a better look around, I can find even more similarities.
Marty,
Okay, okay. Shut up, Marty. I know. Isn't this familiar, Sonny?
一応全部触ったの？大丈夫ですね。で、
No way!
絵だ。
Is this some kind of puzzle?
パズ
I don't think so. But we could still find something
パター
important
ン記
here.
号。あ、こ
A
れ後でなん
pattern,
か
a
役に
sign,
立ちそうな。
anything.
待って。線を引くってある。何線引くって。うわ、線引けるわ、本当に。何に線引くんだ？もつさんおはようございます。何に線引くんだ、これ。見ただけではわからんよね。目がちょっと気になるけど。どこでも弾けるんだ。ちょっとこれではわからんな。
Identical twins. And looking... It's a piece of a painting, judging by how... Albert was madly in love with Natasha
アルバートは
and
ナタ
would
シャ
have
にすっ
done
かり惚れ
anything
込ん
for
でいた。
her. I'm afraid he did exactly that.
持ち物ではちょっとわ
What
か
do
ん
you
ない。
make of this?
Apart from the fact the guy was totally insane? I don't...
That maybe we've been chasing the wrong person all this time,
間
Marty.
違ったやつをずっと追ってたんだ、マーティ。
What do you mean?
Everything will be revealed
何何
soon.
何
Why do you have to be so melodramatic all of a sudden?
If I'm right,
何
this'll flip the whole case upside down.
What's that, Sonny? A blurb from some horrible
どう
novel?
したサニー。
I just have to think things through before I come to any hasty conclusion.
Ugh, you're killing me. So, what now? Where...
Back to Clawville, where we can finally put all the...
You're driving me.
おとととととととと。
Farewell, Miranda, dear.
Sarah
Lovely to
Miranda.
meet you.
So, you'll remember my name?
Marty McChicken never
マー
forgets,
ティー・マク
ma'am.
チキンは決して忘れません、まだまだ。
Oh,
なあ、
Furry gods. Let's go. Goodbye, miss. It was a pleasure.
goodbye, gentlemen. And
Konniwa-san.
happy investigating.
I'm sure it'll be fun.
If there's anything I can help you with,
Thank you,
ありがとう。バイ
Miranda.
バイ。
Oh, I don't believe this. Those two
う
again?
わ、
Take him out. My car won't
待って待
last
って待
much
って待って
longer.
マウスマウスマ
Don't
ウス。
worry, Sonny. I was born to do this.
はいはい。マウスよね、やっぱり。
Are you blind or what? Where did you learn to shoot?
Nice.
Whew. Well, that was close.
今のは危なかったぜ。
A little too close for my taste. And it only strengthens my belief. Wessler is desperate. He knows if we survive, he's done for.
奴は終わりだということを知ってるんだ。
Come on, what did you work out?
So-
Will you...
Sure.
Sure. Let's put the picture together. Let's start from the beginning.
はい。
So, we got a case.
違うナターシャナターシャの、違う。レスラーの、違う。これじゃないの恋文。違うこれ違うよね。これなのナターシャは俺たちに絵画を見せようとした。ナターシャはあの絵画から俺たちから隠そうとしていた。ナターシャは俺たちにあの絵画を見つけてほしがっていた。ナターシャはアルバート・ウェスラーの顛末を隠すべく違う。あれこれでもない
Natasha tried to show us
見
the
せよう
painting.
としてたのか。これは謎解きっていうかなんていうの整理。見せたかったのね。見せたかったんだよ。これね。
And that painting would have shown us the way.
あの絵画なら俺たちの手がかりになったはずだ。イブン・ウェイ・アルバートのウェスラー兄弟へと至る手がかり。アルバートはナターシャの肖像画を描いたということは何度も彼女と会っていたことになる。アルバート・ウェスラーの隠れ家への手がかり。これ違う。アルバート・ウェスラーの死体への手がかり。違うかった。
To Ibn and
粗品を
Albert
気に入っていただ
Wesley.
けましたか。はい。
Albert painted Natasha, so he met her on more than one occasion.
本当にビタさんは。ナターシャの秘密じゃない。デボラが死んだ。もうずっと死に至る愛。
Which made Albert
精神病院から脱出した。違うんだ。
fall in love with
ナターシャ
Natasha.
に惚れました。
And
そして
on
あ
a
る夜、
fateful night,
奴は双子イブ
he
ンを
killed
殺
his
し、
brother so he could take
Man,
his place in
いつも男でかい。
secret and win Natasha's heart.
So what happens now?
The inevitable, Marty. We're going to the Wessler mansion to confront Ibn with the facts.
ウェスラーの家行って、
You mean Albert, right?
アルバートってことね。
exactly. And of course,
Do you think she knew about it?
something stinks, Marty. The whole case
分
seems
かって
too
たんじゃない
intricate.
の？分かってたでしょ。
Too many coincidences, right?
そんなアホじゃないでしょ。
Well, well, after 10 years, you did learn something, didn't you?
9.
You're right.
Huh.
What?
やっとなんかこう
You just
終わりのあれが見えてきたね。
What? No,
No, you laughed.
I'll just leave it, Marty.
I'll be telling this to my grandchicks.
孫ひよこたちに語って聞かせる話になるね。
All right, pal, that's enough.
いい加減にしよう。てかまだだって元嫁の話とか全然解決してないよ。
Okay, okay. So,
とりあえずまとめると、アルバートはナターシャに惚
and
れ込
decided
ん
to
で、
have her for himself.
弟ね。弟はナターシャに惚れ込んで、彼女を自分のものにしようと思った。 。
And his best chance was
で
to
一番の
trade
弟は、
places with Ibn
双子の兄
Wessler.
と入れ替わることでした。
So that's why the torn out
だか
tongue.
ら、お兄ちゃんの舌を引きちぎっ
Yeah,
た。
Ibn couldn't squeal even if
で、
he
イブンは
wanted
それを
to.
伝えたくても舌ちぎられてるから言えなかっ
What a
た。
diabolical plan.
目も固め潰されてる
More
から。
like insane.
But why the messages then? Why the threats? Albert got what he wanted. He could have got away with it.
I'm not a psychologist, Marty, but remember what the doctor told us. Albert has a seriously injured mind and a split personality.
So the messages were written by one of his personalities, consumed by jealousy?
ああ、
Something
まあ
like
まあ
that,
納得がいくんだ、それだ
But
っ
we
た
can
ら。
only learn the whole truth.
You're right.
We're going,
Iko.
Marty,
Iko.
to finally finish
わかんないか
what
ら
we...
行こ
Well, if there's anything you'd like to do before, do it.
You're right, Marty. It's time to wrap
あら。ルイスごめん、疑って。
Hey,
全然関係なかっ
Lewis,
たね。
you weren't awake all night because of us, were you?
I've never been this excited, Sonny. Seriously, it is a
ごめんね、
great
ルイス。
honor to be... What is it?
もう何があれかわかんないから全部怪しんじゃった。
You, Lewis?
What?
Just now, you didn't stutter. Not even a little.
ルイス治った？
Oh. I must be exhausted.
Ah, no, no.
It happens sometimes.
And it's
So, thanks again, Lewis. You
つもありがとう。
always get us out of trouble.
Come on, boys. Don't even mention it. It
なで
is
させて
me
くれ。
who is grateful to be a part of an adventure of the chicken police.
Maybe the last one, too.
Hey, Sonny. Don't spoil his mood. He's so cute.
Pardon.
Nothing. I just realized. Ibn at the Tsar Club.
クラブにいたの
Yes,
はもう
Marty.
弟。
Albert's
Oh,
been
yeah.
Ibn for a long time now. Do you remember what Natasha said about him?
会ってたのは弟ですよね、もうね。ナターシャが彼について何て言ったか覚えてるか？
That he's been acting strange recently.
Exactly. Like he's not himself anymore.
It was almost hitting us in the face, huh?
Don't blame yourself, Marty.
Well, it's how we make our living,
最初から
Sonny.
そういうヒントはあったっちゃあったけど、弟っていうワードはまずそもそもなかったからね。
Who knows, Marty? It's not up to us.
Yeah, right. Do you think the asylum was in on it? I mean, covering up Albert's disappearance?
You know that reptiles give me the creeps. One of them even set fire to that ship. But oddly enough, the doctor seemed honest to me.
He seemed like a patient to me. Seriously, I thought everyone was crazy in that place.
Yeah. Whoever fights
Hi, Carl.
monsters should see to it that in the process, he doesn't become a monster.
Welcome Gamebox. Chicken Police. Now. Climax. Story. Future. Alright. Good evening.
Are you still talking about the doctor?
Good question.
やっぱり英語ペラペラになっちゃうよね。
So, what's
ず
the
っと
plan?
聞いてる
We
から。
shove the letter in our theory in his face and see what
ペラペラになっ
happens?
ちゃった。ごめんなさいね。ちょっと日本語が下手くそになっちゃうかもしれない、これで。
Something like that, Marty.
頑張って。
I
あ
think our presence will
Arigato.
be enough for the truth to come
ありが
out.
とう、カーロ。
I really hope you're right, Boss Bird.
We have no other choice.
Do you think it's a love triangle?
Today,
I mean, could
Boyomi.
Natasha love Albert
ボ
as
ヨミ
well?
ちゃん。切断。Now. Play now. Alright. ラグイから切断。
Good question, Marty.
ラグイ
But
から
I don't
切断
think
な
so. When I first spoke to Natasha, she told
あ、ごめんなさい。ちょっと待ってね。他の操作しちゃうとこうなっちゃうのよ。音が消えちゃう。はい、失
In
礼。
her own way, huh?
Alright.
And could she love two rats in her own way?
分かってくれた。 英語ペラペラなんだな、カロさんも。彼女なりに2匹のネズミを愛することだってできたんじゃないか。ちょっとでもしんどいよね。
Maybe she even suspected the truth, but didn't dare admit it.
まあどっちもね、一緒だから。
So, what do you think now that it's clearer?
I don't know, Marty, but I believe Natasha didn't mean to be bad. Not intentional.
I'm not as sure of that as you are, boss, but we'll find that out pretty.
I think Natasha was very much aware that wherever she goes, disaster follows her. But it's not her fault.
Really? You don't say. Someone remarkably similar came to mind right now.
You mean me, right?
Who can even read minds?
Maybe you're right, Marty. Maybe you're right. It hurts even to think about it.
この羽ぼうき野郎がいなかったらうまくいかなかっただろう
wouldn't
な。
have worked.
Okay, so when you feel we can leave, just
Thanks, partner.
これ
I'll
が
do
最後だ
that.
ね、多分。クライマック
Lewis
ス。
became kind of part of the team in the end, didn't he?
You mean Leopold?
Ah, damn it. Did I mess that up again?
No, I'm just
合ってるよ。
joking. You said it right.
Huh.
認め合ったね。
So, you're going now to confront Mr. Whistler?
いくよ。
We have no other choice, Lewis. We're gonna see it through to the end.
You're brave, gentlemen. I'm honestly impressed.
Well, the rabbit's onto something.
This isn't about money. Not
Stubbornness.
mostly, yeah.
そうね。じゃあちょっと情報をまず見といて。結局アルバートがイブン・ウェスラーだった、双子ね。狂ったあの男は自分の兄と入れ替わり、あらゆる手がかりを抹消しようとしている。今奴を捕まえなければ手遅れになるかもしれない。ルイス、いつもありがとうございます。今度人参でも買ってあげよう。クマかわいいね。そうね、手下だね。なんだ殺されかけてるこいつらに。では、この辺見てないのか。
I see where
You'll need a shotgun for this kind.
nothing to fear while Bertha's
Awesome.
here. Even less because you're here too with...
Should I cry?
That would be nice for a change. If our theory's correct, this...
That's the plan.
Do you think that'll be enough?
Enough evidence.
And with big guns.
Exactly.
I like this new Sonny.
There is no new Sonny. Just the old ones had enough.
You think you'll need your fake badge?
I never needed a badge, Marty.
What a punchline.
It's more like a kind of good luck charm. It reminds me of who I should be.
And
No, Marty, not really.
if we survive this, can we crack this open?
I'd rather keep it for a really special occasion.
You're saying I'm not special enough?
I was joking. If we survive this,
Now you're talking. It's a little outdated, but
it can pierce the skin of a rhino, Marty, and the rust brings back memories. I'm a man of...
You know, sometimes I feel like I'm one of your bad habits.
Rest assured, Marty.
ビッグバーサ2世、2世だ。
Ah, Her Majesty Bertha
バー
II.
サ2世陛下。
My drumstick still hurts every time I see her.
Be glad you're alive. Bertha rarely leaves
結
witnesses.
局、で、その話はどうなったの？なくない？その話。
I never thought I'd ever look at this place and think of it as...
Life's weird, isn't it? I didn't think that after what I did to you, we'd work together again.
You mean when you shot me?
You know I had my reasons, Sonny.
Yeah. Have I ever
謝ったっけ？
apologize.
I don't think.
Then let's leave it there.
Hey, I apologize for shooting you, Boss Bird.
That's okay, Marty. It happens.
I'll remember.
Yeah. Well, don't try
これ
to.
こ
Who,
の
me?
話出てない
What do you think of me?
濁すきずっと。
This fog's almost impenetrable.
Strange, but somehow this time I feel.
Really? How come?
I don't know. It's like the light at the end of the tunnel without the light.
Oh, you're not getting ready to die.
Why haven't I told you?
You're not funny. Did you forget anything?
No, I just thought I'd.
You becoming sentimental?
Who knows?
Oh, that's cute.
Should I say it?
うん、あ、入った。全部
I
見たら。
know,
入った
Sonny. I can still get out.
But you won't.
On the beak.
Thanks, pal.
Forget about it. I'd be bored to death otherwise.
結局
I'm pretty, am I?
I simply can't take my eye.
You know, pulling the trigger was the toughest decision of my life.
ここで
You mean when you shot me?
Yeah,
But it wasn't hard, because you thought you'd kill me.
not at all, Sonny. I knew you'd survive. I wanted it to be a permanent injury and hurt like clucking hell. But
That something was gonna break between.
yeah, and that I was never gonna be the same either. With that shot, I also gunned down who I was, you know.
It really did hurt like hell.
I know.
I almost bled to death.
Almost was the goal.
And? Did you?
Well, what hurt me wasn't what you did. I mean, of course it did, but what hurt the most was you not trusting me. That you didn't believe me.
Not until you pulled the trigger. At that moment, I knew you were right.
Yeah. All right, enough sentimental crap. We have an insane rat waiting to be put behind bars, and a woman you gotta get.
What?
Come on, Sonny. Even a blind bat can see it.
Oh, well.
Yep.
おや。では。うわ。なんかいけるやん、いろいろ。必要なとこってあんのかな。これ言っといた方がいいのかな。あ、アスラ。
No hard
帰ってき
feelings?
た。
What can I say, boys?
You sure do,
ありが
Ursula.
とう、アスラ。
Would you like a nice hardcover tea?
No,
優しい。
thanks. We just came.
Why? You going somewhere?
No, we're just visiting a.
Sonny's gonna die.
サディが死ぬんだってさ。
Shut up, Marty.
So it's a case. Well,
ああ、アスラ優
be
しい
careful,
ね。
boys. And
You don't need to say that, Ursula. We deserve
アス
it.
ラは結局優しいのよ。
you're a good boy, Sonny. And Marty's a downright saint.
Oh, come on, Ursula. Stop that.
Sometimes I think about what a hot and pop. Hey, Boobo.
まあ、なんもな
Hello,
さそうだ
man.
ね。
Is he?
But his...
Hey, what is it?
You were something.
なさそう。
What the hell are you doing here, chicken?
Sonny wanted to say hi before he suffers an unpleasant death of lead poisoning later tonight.
うん。
Would you shut the clock up, Marty? You're not funny.
I am a little bit.
You're going to Wessler's, huh?
Bingo. We're gonna put an end to this madness.
Ooh. Or you're stirring up an even bigger madness, am I right?
Well, that's always a possibility.
ちょっと待ってね。耳が良くなってきた。
Get yourself killed for all I care, but don't come here covered in blood, because I'm not gonna open the door for you, I swear.
Oh, thanks for the support, old fart.
Don't mention it, you old gizzard.
別に回収要素とかなさそうですね。ますか？
The sun was shining, and all the
ア
ducks
ヒル
were
た
in
ち
a
は
row.
一列に並んだ。
I felt ready. The pieces of the grand puzzle were laid out on the table. I just needed to piece them all together. A revealing glance or a careless word, and I'd have the answer. I knew we were in the right place. I knew it was nearly over. Was Natasha really just a victim? Or did she know everything? Was she controlling the puppets from behind the curtain? Well, if you don't know where to go, go straight ahead. What could possibly go wrong? Here I am, Natasha. I hope you're waiting for me.
待っててくれるといいが。
Furry gods. I knew he was rich, but
め
wow.
ちゃくちゃ豪邸。
Half the city is in his hands, Marty, and half the Council of 12.
I think we'll catch a
あれ
big fish
ちょっと
today.
待って。線を引く謎は精神病
Don't
院。
count your chickens. I'm sure
You hope?
if I'm right,
Lovely prospects, huh?
I've had worse.
Really?
え、あれやってないけど。終わっちゃった。いけないよ。
Oh, this place has its own greenhouse.
100% humidity and unbearable.
Oh, not like that. Could they be...
Or maybe some chicken-eating giant flower monsters.
What? Oh, you just made that up, right?
ネズミの騎士。ネズミの騎士。
Huh. One of Wessler's ancestors made...
Wessler's ancestors were poor cobblers. More likely, this
I wonder how chivalry is compatible with organized crime.
Ibn was planning to leave the underworld.
When his twin brother tore out his tongue, poked out his eye, killed him, and...
Yeah.
Must be some famous historic...
Not so
え、あん
good.
まり。
You know, I've always been fascinated by the founding war. Especially...
Don't believe the tales they tell about the war, Marty. There's nothing glorious or beautiful in it.
あの絵のやつ
And
な
a
んだった
lot
の
of money, of course.
That too.
屋敷入り口と
What the hell is it?
I think it's a monument to an enormous
英
ego,
語のモニュ
Marty.
メントサマーティ。
Well, anyone who builds a tower this big must be trying to compensate for something.
Or he just has too much dough.
すごい木。
Is this a mansion? Or a grand...
Or a small city.
Well, if it comes to hide and seek...
A serious advantage.
Hey, not so fast,
めちゃめちゃ多いな。
chickens. Please excuse my partner. He didn't mean to be rude, it's just his terrible habits. As you may already know.
なんだ
Look who's
見
here.
てみろ。
What a surprise! Our biggest
俺たちの
fans!
最大のファンだ
What。do you think? Should we give them our
サインし
autographs?
てやるか
Ah, look what the cat dragged.
Funny, I don't recognize them.
Well, maybe if they had some guns with them? Tommy guns?
Oh yeah, now I remember. The two suckers in the luxury van you shot to pieces. Twice.
Exactly.
What are you doing here, chickens? Would you like us to finish what we started?
We'd love to have fun with you boys, but we need to talk to your boss. And while we're at it,
Is that so?
Yeah, that's so...
In that case, I guess there's no reason for us to waste your precious time. Isn't that right, Gabriel? Get the hell out of our sight, father.
Easy, pal. We're not even here anymore. Until
入り口しかないか。
This must lead to Wessler and Natasha's suite.
Well, let's get the big guns out and kick the door down.
No need for that, Marty. We'll wait until they invite us in, like real gentlemen. Then maybe...
Oh, my trigger finger's itching, Sonny. Someone's gotta pay.
二人とも無事でね。
Relax, Marty. Someone is gonna...
Yeah, just don't let it be us.
無事でいるんやね。
It's like the vegetation's trying to suffocate these beautiful...
Maybe it will. Maybe in 100 years, nothing will be here but plants.
That's quite a...
Yeah, it is.
This place is incredible.
Because you know what lies behind.
With Natasha?
I haven't...
オリビアいる。
Huh. I wasn't expecting...
She's real close to Wessler. But how much does she know?
Much more than me, I guess.
That wouldn't be hard.
確かに。
Ah, what a pleasant surprise. Hello, Olivia. Sweetie.
Get lost.
What did you say, ma'am?
Turn around and get the hell out of here now, if you want to make it out with feathers
めっ
intact.
ちゃ切れてる。
Come on, Olivia. Don't worry about us. We know what we're doing.
Martin,
Huh?
don't you get it? You have to get out of here or you'll be in danger, and also her.
Do you mean Natasha? Please calm down, miss. We have to talk to Mr. Wessler and Miss Katsenko.
You really don't understand, do you?
What do they not understand, Olivia?
怖いっす。
So, what is it exactly that our guests don't understand?
I was trying to tell the detectives that Mr. Wessler's very tired and doesn't welcome guests this early. He gets rather irate if he's being disturbed at this hour.
I'm sure Mr. Featherland and Mr. McChicken can wait here while Ibn refreshes himself. I'll entertain them until then.
Thank you, Miss...
Please, Sonny. I thought we've already discussed this. Call me
実
Natasha.
はカラスは心配してくれてたんじゃないの？
Please, Natasha, can we talk to you in private?
Martin?
It's all right, Olivia. These gentlemen are my friends.
Yes, Miss Katsenko.
Maybe you should talk to her. She...
We only had 2 dates, and
なんだかなって感じだったよ。
They weren't great.
あ、そうなの ?2 回もデートしたんやね。でも
Why am I not surprised?
いい
I
の
tried to warn
報
you.
告しようとしたのに。でしょうね。
Thanks,
結構なんだか
Olivia.
んだ心配してくれてるんや。
The truth is, Ibn isn't really in a good shape today, gentlemen. He's rather furious. Are you sure this can't wait?
You commissioned us, Natasha, and we barely escaped with our combs intact.
So you know who left the threats?
Oh, we know much more than that, Natasha. We even know where you used to work. We talked to
花の
Madame
ザイラスとお
Savas.
話ししましたよ。
Wild gods.
Why didn't you tell us?
Do you think it's easy for a woman to talk about such things that she used to be
まあま
an
あ。
escort?
Along with Molly?
So you know.
知ってしまったのですね。
Yeah, I know, Natasha. I also know all of this was a trap.
Believe me, I tried to handle things the least painfully I could. You weren't even supposed to know.
A lot shouldn't have happened. Poor Deborah shouldn't have had to die.
Dear sweet Deborah,
かわいいデボラ。
Cold, stiff Deborah.
please don't say that.
A price worth paying?
You cannot think I had anything to do with that. You just cannot.
I don't know, Natasha.
Please, Sonny, tell me, what is going on?
You have to know, right?
Please.
Excuse me for making you wait,
ああ、出てき
detectives.
てしまった。
I'm having a rough morning after a long night.
Is that so? Our night was also kinda long.
To put it mildly.
I was just telling the gentleman that you were exhausted, my dear, and they should come back another time. I'll escort them out.
Oh, honey, no need for that. My door's always open to the legendary chicken police.
あら、
Please, come on in, guys. Let's talk in my room.
入れられちゃった。
Then this way, please.
You just stay here, my darling. I'm sure our conversation will bore you to death. Please, go and refresh yourself or tell Olivia to go make some coffee.
Yes, dear. Whatever you like.
Please, follow me, gents.
怖い。
Lead on, Wessler. So long, sweetheart.
Goodbye.
You know, I had a dream before we came here.
And? What does that tell you?
I don't know, Marty. I admit it. I haven't been this on edge for a long time.
I'm just angry.
Your sense of justice kicking in?
More like my sense of don't fuck with the chicken police.
ほう。
Maybe you should talk to her.
I tried to warn you.
見たね。階段か。はあ、ここだ。
This
It's beautiful and rather provocative. Almost makes my comb stand
お
up.
坂が立つそうだ。
I'm not surprised.
But the corner is missing.
You're right, Sonny. You're quite...
Well, yeah, this painting's unfortunately damaged. I don't know where the missing piece could be.
You don't know? Well, if you're interested, we know.
Really?
Really. It's here with us.
An insignificant little piece, isn't it? But there's an exciting cat scratch on it.
More like a rat scratch, because it's a monogram.
A.W.
That's...
Albert Wessler. He's a great painter. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Enough. Out with it already. What are you trying to say?
早速
I
なん
have
か
no
確信
time
の
for
場
your
所に行っちゃ
childish
った。こ
charades.
Easy, Wessler. We'll get to that in a bit.
れね。
It's unbelievable.
豪華そうなベッド、絵画。ベッドサイドテーブル。おいお
Do
い
you keep a revolver in your bedroom?
Yeah, a bad habit. One who has a lot.
I agree.
Yeah, would you like a drink? This is a rather rare brandy. It lifts the spirits, if I may be so, poetic.
Really. Tempting, but I need to keep a clear head, Mr.
Yeah, I've heard you don't despise a good...
And I've heard you don't despise murder, Wessler. By the way, you've heard right. But everything has its place and time. Drink?
Yeah, I see you're in a poetic mood as well.
More like prophetic.
And that's not a good sign.
Yeah. Are you trying to intimidate me?
No, that's not how we do business. We're gentlemen.
I really hope so.
この辺は関係なさそう。
This estate is rather impressive, Mr. Wessler.
Well, thank you.
I suppose it took years and years.
Yeah. As you say, Mr. Featherland, I'm rather proud of it.
You should be. Whoever built this place has a reason to be proud of himself.
Are you trying to say something?
No, just thinking aloud. Impressive bed. Looks cozy.
Sure is better than a cell.
間違いなく独房より良さそうだ。
That's right,
ほん
Marty.
とそうだな、まあ。
I'm not sure I understand, gentlemen.
We'll see about that. Interesting. Now that I know who he really is, he doesn't even
So, what do you want to know? I've heard you've been through a rather eventful few days.
Oh, you have rather good informants.
Yeah, that's true. I should tell you, I see and hear everything that happens in the city.
None taken. But tell me, are we gonna flatter each other for a long time, or are we finally done with the courting?
Straight to the point. I like it. Yeah. So let's continue like that, shall we? What do you want?
Oh, forgive us. Our moral compass has been confused a little bit after someone tried to kill us several times in the last 48 hours.
And while we're at it, you could answer some of our questions. If you've nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear.
And then we'll just leave you alone.
All right. I'll go along with your childish little game. I would have had a lot...
With pleasure, Mr. Wessler. I have no idea what she sees in you, but Natasha's been seriously worried about you.
Yeah, she, really worries more than usual, but it's understandable. Those disgusting messages.
Disgusting, all right. Do you know why that word exactly? Why did they write that specific word?
Since you've been to the Nile, I guess you know the answer to your question.
Didn't it bother you, Wessler? What Natasha used to do? Surely it must have upset you.
Why? Did it upset you when you discovered your wife did the same thing?
What did you just say?
What did you think, chicken? That I didn't know? Yeah, don't make me laugh. I know about everyone who ever set foot in that place. I can even tell you who Molly's regulars were, if you're interested.
You son of a bitch.
Sonny, don't.
Yes, detective?
Not yet.
You're right, Marty. It's not worth it.
You're funny, you know that?
About the painting.
Yeah. My brother Albert made it. He's a great talent, but, still, he's, rather troubled in
such self-criticism.
What did you say?
My partner means that you and your brother are very much alike. Identical twins, if I'm not mistaken.
Indeed. But, what does that have to do with the painting?
We'll get to that. Don't worry, Mr. Wessler. So Albert made the painting at your request, is that right? And the one that's in Natasha's room in the Tsar, too.
Yeah, exactly. Is that a crime?
No, it's not a crime in itself. This picture, it's rather strange, you know?
Why do you think so? It's just me, Natasha, and my brother.
The photo doesn't tell much in itself, yes. But if you already have the right information, suddenly it starts to talk.
Really?
He fell in love with her, didn't he?
Who'd you mean?
Albert, of course. He fell in love with Natasha. All those sessions while he was painting the pictures. Were you there every time?
You mean, me?
You.
No, I mean, while Albert was painting, yeah, but I wasn't there all the time.
And do you think he could have fallen in love with Natasha? That's why he escaped? What do you think happened to him? Who tore out his tongue?
Yeah, I have...
Did Natasha know about what happened to your brother?
No, of course not.
Do you love beautiful things, Wessler?
Why do you ask that?
You were afraid of losing her, weren't you?
Stop. Enough. If you want to ask something, ask clearly. Don't play with me. You understand?
We're just doing our job.
Then do it clearly. And quickly. Yeah.
We visited Albert's cell and found something he seems to have forgotten to take with him in his great hurry.
That's a big mistake.
A classic, even.
What the hell are you babbling about?
This is Albert Wessler's love letter to Natasha.
More like a confession.
In which he tells her he's capable of doing anything for her.
Yeah, this letter doesn't prove anything at all. Albert is mad. Insane.
But they believe yours, right? Because you're not Albert Wessler. You're Hobart Ibn Wessler, aren't you? How good it feels to be in his skin.
How dare you?
Just tell him, Sonny. I'm getting tired of this.
You're just a cheap fake, Albert. You couldn't follow in your brother's footsteps even if you wanted to. No matter how hard you tried, you couldn't get Natasha either. Am I right?
What? What did you just say?
She hates you, doesn't she? She doesn't know. She doesn't understand why. But she hates you. It's instinctive.
Yeah, what do you know? What could you possibly know about suffering and loneliness and the darkness?
尋問出た？おい、銃突きつけんな。
Albert is an imposter. He's not who he says he is, and might not even know who he really
あ、
is.
精神病ですか
I
ね。
have to concentrate on this first, to soften him up, and to
これ
avoid
撃たれ
us
る可能
being
性もあ
shot
るね、
in
間
the
違えた
gizzard.
ね。何を考えていたんですか、アルバートさん。その芝居をいつまで続けるつ
What
も
were
りだ
you
ったんです
thinking,
か？
Albert? How long did you think you could keep it up?
Until the end of my life, if needs.
九世
Yeah, I
最後
cared
まで。
about nothing except for her to love me. Not for who Ibn was, but for who I am.
もう言ったね。イブンとしてではなく私として。
Why did you think that would happen? Everybody noticed the change.
誰もがあなたの変化に気づいていたという。
Yeah, I knew it would be hard, Santino. But I also knew animals see what they want to see. I didn't have to behave like Ibn.
支配的詐欺師。まずは彼の態度を和らげよう。な
Why
ぜ
did you decide to take your brother's place?
Yeah, as you're curious. From the moment I laid eyes on Natasha
見
for
た
the
瞬
first
間から
time. But I had to convince myself that this was the only way.
You've never talked about your feelings for Natasha with your brother.
Are you insane? Yeah, Ibn would have had me killed immediately.
もう
And no
もう
one
一
would
目惚れだ
ever
ったん
know.
ですね。
So instead, you've done the same thing, haven't you?
Comfortable. Do you think all of this was just some kind of cruel game for me? I had to destroy the person I loved and respected the most.
Cry me a river.
Yeah, you know, there's only a thin, fragile membrane between love and hate. If anything touches it, it tears immediately.
You can analyze me until the sun goes down, Wessler. But
Yeah, evasive answer. So I'm...
why did you have to mutilate Ibn? What?
That's an interesting question, you see, but the answer is exceptionally simple. No matter how strange it is for you to understand, I
兄
love
さんの
my
ことを愛
brother.
していました。
Weird way of showing your love, Albert.
You can't understand that. He was my everything, the only one who was close to me. Until I met Natasha.
She took your brother's place pretty quickly, didn't she? There's not much room in your heart.
Yeah, you're
No,
understanding the situation, detective, but you know, very well it's not that simple. Ibn was my brother. I loved him despite all of his flaws and foul, petty lies.
Not immediately.
Unfortunately, tearing out his tongue wasn't enough. Yeah, I must admit I...
And poking out his eye?
Oh, that was just an accident, Mr. Featherland.
Just an accident? You're a dirty, clucking son of a vermin, Albert.
Please, don't be vulgar, Sonny. It's too dangerous in your current situation, and doesn't even suit you.
残虐支配的詐欺師。他者を支配できるのは楽しいか、アルバート。自分の兄貴の舌を引きちぎるのは楽しかったか、どんな気持ちになったの？つまりお前は今でも自分が同時に。
So you feel you're two people at the same time?
Does it sound crazy? Maybe it is.
イブンは
But
俺
Ibn
の
lives
中にしてる。
inside me. Sometimes he's even stronger
ア
than
ルバ
Albert
ート
ever
ははるかに
was.
強い存在
Do
で
you
した。
think you can avoid the gas chamber with this, Albert?
I don't have to avoid anything, Sonny. You and your friend, will never leave this place. It's better if you start getting used to the
ね、
thought.
物騒なものをもう向けられてますよ。尋問中なのに。そろそろこの場所を生きて出ることはできない。
You're not the cold-blooded killer you'd like to think you are.
Yeah, do you think so?
ナターシャに気づかれたらどうする気だったんだ？彼女も殺したか？どうしてナターシャを騙せると思ったんだ？
What would you have done if Natasha found out?
You know what? Maybe yeah. Maybe I would have
意味
ended
がわからん。
myself
そうな
too.
ってきたのね。
Narcissistic pricks like you never commit suicide, Albert.
Yeah. Are
結
you
局自分
sure
が
you
可
want
愛
to
いね。やっ
insult
ぱりね。
someone who's pointing a revolver at your stomach?
That was your plan. Take his place and live happily ever.
Why? Isn't it good enough of a plan, Mr. Featherland? It was perfect, even in its imperfection.
Which is?
Ibn's ghost.
Is
イブ
is
ンの
what?
幽霊？
Please don't take it literally, Mr. Chicken. I'm not talking about spirits. When Ibn died, I didn't just take his place, but also his role.
So you mean Ibn's here with us even now?
He was here all along. Don't you get it? I am Hobart Ibn Wessler.
I must get serious, because looking at the gun in Wessler's trembling hand, I'm afraid I don't have much time. Albert is a cruel psychopath, but maybe I can turn that cruelty against him.
残虐性を利用できるかもしれない。彼を殺そうと心に決めたのは
When was the moment you decided to kill him, Albert?
When I drew the last stroke on that fatal painting, Mr. Featherland. When I glanced at it for the last time, and then at Natasha, who was shivering under the weight of my gaze.
You simply fell in love with her? And
Not in the slightest, Mr. Featherland. Love is, just chemistry.
everybody thinks that, Albert. But we all feel the same. We're just fools.
No, Mr. Featherland. Not at all. At that moment, I knew what I was gonna do. I knew that the world was coming to an end if I didn't do it. It implodes on itself and ceases to...
Let him have her, right? You simply wanted her for yourself.
危ないな。もうこいつは殺しといた方がいいじゃん。
I wanted her for ourselves, Sonny. I was him by then.
おかし
He
いくなっ
just
て。
didn't know it yet.
異常で残虐、支配的、傷ついた。お前はただの安っぽい偽物でしかない。どうせこれまでもその鼻っ面でみんなを操ってきたんだろう。自分の狂気の全てを言い訳にできると思ってるのか。イブに精神病送りにされたのはなぜだ？
What did you do that made Ibn get you?
It's a sharp-turned detective.
It just came to me, you know? Where did it all start? Where did all the hate and
Jealousy?
Oh, come on, Albert. Alone, locked up at the end of the world, while your brother is one of the most influential figures of Clawville, driving an expensive car, living in a mansion, with the city's most desirable woman in his bed. Why wouldn't you be jealous?
Yeah, Albert was jealous of Ibn. Maybe he still is. But I understand why he did it. Albert was beyond control.
What does that mean exactly?
Albert did our mother wrong. Poor old Mom. She never hurt a fly. But Albert couldn't take that she was praising his brother all the time while Albert was just an unsuccessful, foolish, poor painter.
What did you do to her, Albert?
Albert killed her. It looked like an accident, but Ibn knew it wasn't. That was the last straw. Albert had to be locked up, and he agreed. He never said no to his brother.
But he never forgot who did this to him either, did he?
Ibn was really good to him. Visited him every week. Did everything he could. Even introduced Natasha in the end.
And that was his downfall.
もう、何お兄さん、弟が、お兄さんの、ギャングのボスのお兄さんを殺して、自分が成り代わって、だけではまあ普通ではないんですけど、もう精神異常者なんで、弟は。もう、兄のことも好き。まあ自分が一番大好きなんですけど、ナターシャも好き。もうだから、兄弟、死んだけど、二人で一人なんだみたいなこと
Both of them, Sonny.
思
And
い込んでるんで
yours,
すね。
too.
お前はイブンと自分どっちの方が嫌いなんだ
Did you hate Ibn or yourself more?
Albert hated himself the most ever since he was born.
アルバートは生まれ落ちた頃からイブンを崇拝していた
But
が
every
兄が
time
目
his
の前
brother
に立ってい
stood
るのを
before
見て
him, he saw what he could have been himself if he had enough strength. But he didn't. Albert had always been a coward,
And now?
Finally, there's no more Albert. And no more Ibn either.
もう二
It's
人とも
only
いない
me, and for both of
双
them,
子だっ
I'm
た二人は
perfect.
もういないで完璧な存在になった自分がいますまたそれは別です
Can it be that the fear is making you say these things, Albert?
Stop calling me that.
I have to call you something. What should I call you?
I don't know anymore.
まあ自分が何かもわ
I
からん
don't.
I'm very close to breaking him. But if I'm too hard on him, I could quickly be signing my death warrant.
ナターシャはお前に優しかった
Natasha was kind to you, right? Too kind.
Natasha was simply amazing, gentle, kind, lively, but still so distant.
You're telling me.
It's like she was from another world. A world where everything's full of charm and grace and everything's fragile and delicate. Do you understand?
I think I do. Yeah.
I know Albert's touch would harm her. Albert is rough. Albert can't keep such a delicate thing in his arms.
That's why you had to become Ibn. Am I right?
I didn't take Ibn's place, Mr. Featherland. I became one with him, can't you see? It's the only way I could comprehend and accept the miracle that was Natasha.
Was.
持っていた
I think I've corrupted her. She's not that gentle and pure creature I painted on the canvas anymore. I ruined her.
まだ間に合うかもしれないぞアルバート
Maybe it's not too late, Albert. Tell her the truth and end this.
No. You can't understand this. She can't either. I killed Ibn, but he also killed me, can't you see? We're nothing without each other.
You can't be two people at the same time, Albert. Nobody can bear the weight of the sins of two souls.
Ibn loved her. I admired her. Ibn was crazy about her. I've been crazy for a long time. Ibn idolized her, and I hated her. And if there's anything more blind, more devoted, more extreme, and more true than love, it could only be hate, Mr. Featherland. It's an endlessly exciting, thrilling, and warm feeling. And infinitely red. Just like love.
You know you're not going to be able to go through with it, right? That you won't be able to carry the weight. But you still did it. Why?
Yeah, if I didn't kill him and become one with him, Albert would have died, Mr. Featherland.
And the threats? Which one of you was that? Albert or Ibn? Who wrote them?
In my world, Ibn and I are inseparable. Just like love and hate are one and the same. And I hate Natasha so much that I could destroy myself along with her, just so she would die with me.
More than life itself.
You see? We're not so different.
You and I have nothing in common, Wessler. You know why?
Why, Mr. Featherland?
Because if I were in your shoes, I would have pulled the trigger a long time.
Goodbye, Sonny.
So long, Albert.
うわ、引く。マジで。 そんな低かった？ロスバーおあナターシャ。
So, you heard everything.
お、ナターシャが
I heard
す
everything.
べて聞いた？
I'm sorry you had to find out like this.
And thank you. If it weren't for you,
マーティ、銃どうしたの？
Yes, both of you would be dead, I know.
お庭は
But
今頃
believe
死んでい
me,
たでしょ
I。still thought carefully before firing.
About who to target?
誰を撃つかを考えたということで。
You know, I truly loved Ibn.
But this man wasn't
イブン
him.
はもういない。
You felt it, didn't you?
Maybe I even knew it. I don't know. But I still can't believe it.
It won't be easy to process for any of us.
うん。
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. And
だって、
regarding Molly,
まあ、愛してた人じゃないもんね、この人は。弟だもんね。愛してた人はもうこの人に殺されてたからね。まあ、撃っても不思議じゃないけど。確かにびっくりはする。
the cops. But how?
え、なんで
How
警
did they
察来た
know?
の？
I have no idea, Marty.
do not look at me. I did not call them.
私を見られても私は呼んでません。誰だ？
Olivia?
Don't worry, Natasha. They won't
Olivia
lay a
が呼んだ
finger
の？
on you. I promise.
Please, Sonny. You don't need to worry about me.
I don't want to be rude,
これ
Sonny, but I'm more
ど
worried
うすん
about
のこれ
us
警
than
察来
her.
てこんな急に。俺は彼女より俺たちの方が心配で確かにどうすんのこれ。
Hello,
あ
boss.
ららららこれ大変よ。
Hello, boys.
Before you say anything, we can explain.
No need for that, Santino.
あ、
Monica already told me everything.
モニカから聞いた？
Monica.
Hey, boys. What were you thinking? That I would just let you get killed without saying goodbye?
Thanks, Mon. Should we say we, owe
You know already, boys. Shoes are my
ハイ
weakness.
ヒールね。
Hey, mine too.
Of all that's furry, we don't want to hear that.
yes,
ありがとうございま
boss.
す。
Don't believe you'll get away with it so easily. I want a report on my desk from both of you with all the details. Am I clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. It'll all make sense, believe us. Right after I figure out myself, but
What Monty's trying to tell you is that we had good reason to investigate outside the law. But we're sorry.
What happened to you, Sonny? You're sorry? Did you hit your head?
Why does everybody keep asking that?
Why indeed?
So can we go now, boss? Oh,
Don't give me
あ
ideas,
あ、よかった。
Santino.
なんとかなってる。
thanks, boss.
バチクソ怒られるのかと思うけどな。よかった。うわ、またいるやん。モニ
I
カ。
don't know if I've ever seen Monica in daylight.
確かに。
This means she's real, not just the...
So you can finally.
I didn't even hear that.
モニカはなんていい女なの？
Thanks again, Mon. If not for you, those fur heads would have put holes in us.
No wonder, since you put holes in their boss.
Well, actually, that wasn't
Sorry.
us.
Then who was it?
Natasha.
Really? I wouldn't have thought it
め
of
っちゃ
her.
クール、モニカ
It's。a pleasant surprise.
意外
It
ね
was for us too, believe me. Damn, I wouldn't have thought it, but I'm...
What? Are you waiting for me to change my mind?
No, sir.
Then stop pecking around here.
Yes, sir.
やっぱりね、多くは喋ってくれないの。
What will happen to her now?
I don't know, Marty. I have no... So, what now? Where to next?
I think I should mourn, right?
You should.
But I don't know what to feel anymore, Sonny.
I understand, Natasha.
Yes, I...
See you around.
Ma'am?
Goodbye, detectives.
どうすんのこいつ。
Ah, look what garbage the
ゴミ
wind
が風
brought
に吹かれ
in.
てやってきたみたいだな。
Good gods, is this guy everywhere?
Our faithful chronicler.
I swear I'm gonna hang him some. How the hell did you find your way here, Tim? Always where the trouble is.
Sometimes I think you're the criminal mastermind behind all the dark dealings in this city.
I wish.
I wish too, because then we could legally throw you in jail.
I love your sense of humor, Sonny.
I wasn't joking.
So, where did you get the scoop?
Are you kidding me? The whole city's talking about you.
That I admit.
Well, it's a miracle that all of the city's smear sheet journalists aren't here already. Oh, while we're at...
Clock off, Tim.
Hey!
まあ、こいつは置いといてですね。割と呼べないでしょう、これ。アルバート・ウェスラー。自分とイブンが同一であると本気で信じている。二つの魂が一つの体に宿っていると。この狂気をどう思うべきか。アルバートは猛獣であり、何としてでも引きずり下ろさねばならない。結局じゃあ、デボラを殺したのかな。心配してくれてたよ。待って、間違えた。
Hey, Olivia.
Marty?
I just,
For what exactly?
for trying to save us.
I didn't do it only for you, believe me. I loved my job while I had it. Now my employer's dead.
I didn't even think of that.
Of course you didn't.
Can I do anything to help?
I think I'll manage. I always do.
かっこいい。
Gentlemen?
ようだな。
Gentlemen?
We're honestly very sorry it had...
Yeah, this peacefully.
For myself, I'm glad, gentlemen. I would have sincerely regretted it if we had to shoot both of you, but unfortunately, that seemed to be the only solution to this, rather nasty...
Don't think we'll be behind bars for long, chickens. Whistler may be dead, but his empire still won't crumble.
Oh, look at that. He can talk.
In complex sentences, too.
Yeah, or something like that.
Amazing.
You're a good boy, Bosco. Nice work.
お前は相変わらず頼り
You
に
know, folks, somebody's gotta take care of the real police work while you're tearing up the city.
Sorry for the mess, Bosco, but you know us.
Yeah, unfortunately,
How did you catch them? After the gunshot, I was sure these two would show up.
they were already in cuffs before then, Sonny. We had the house surrounded.
Hey, a second longer and it would have been us.
That's your story?
Cluck you sideways, Bosco.
あとなんだ ああ、フィルバー。
What about him? How the hell did...
You? What are you doing here?
I was just driving around.
Trying to feed your grandpa? So? Was it a case?
What can I say, Sonny?
Did someone hire you to follow us?
I just had to keep an eye on you and not get involved. That's all.
But you managed somehow, right?
A professional's a professional, my friend.
Yeah, thanks. So you won't tell us who hired you, whatever we do?
Unfortunately, I can't, my friend.
フィルバーで雇い主。
You and your promises.
Some people still take them seriously.
You're a real piece of guano, you know?
Of course. I've learned everything from you, you old fart.
フィルバーで雇い主って。
Maybe one day you'll get your own...
Not while Blood Boil's alive.
Oh, yeah, that's...
So, here they are, ladies and gentlemen. The Chicken Police.
Damn it, Tim. Drop it and cluck off.
Oh, no, boys. This time,
あ、待って、今回
you
ばかり
deserve
付き合ってやるの。
What the cluck did you say, boss?
Stand up straight and try to look like someone who's
喜んでるふ
glad
りを
to
して
be
くれ。
alive.
はい、やっ
Yes,
てみま
sir.
す。
Ooh, attention, Chicken Police. Say cheese.
いや、そんな銃構えて映らんだろ、写真に。しっかりフィルマーも一緒に映って、うーわ、終わった。マジ？いや、エピローグあるんでしょ、こういうゲーム。話はもうなんか複雑だったな。しかし、あと、あれ、まだ解決してませんよねがあるぞ。これ、声、二人の声の。めちゃくちゃいい声。やったー、3時に終わったー。これトイレこのタイミングで行ったらダメかな。始まるからな、なんか今のうちに結構終わらんだろう。ちょっと行ってきます。あ、ちょっと待って、止めとけばいいんだ。ちょっとだけお待ちください。
Natasha.
You were expecting me, weren't you?
I wouldn't say that, but I'm not surprised.
I just wanted to talk to you.
About what exactly?
You know very well.
What do you think, Natasha? Why didn't she tell me?
Because she loved you.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for you, she may have never left the place. Perhaps she'd still be there.
Ah, sheep shit.
We used to dream about falling in love with a nice man who comes and saves us someday. A knight in shining armor. You know, like in the fairy tales.
And how did that work out for you?
She fell in love with a good guy. I didn't. I envy her.
I'm not that good guy, Natasha. But if it's any consolation, she could have found him. Maybe she's living with him right now. Somewhere on the other side of the world.
Well, goodbye, Sonny.
So long, sweetheart. Hey, Natasha, you have a light? I've been trying to smoke this sorry-ass cig all day. It's driving me crazy.
Maybe you don't really need it.
Maybe you're right. Maybe.
ただいまみやっぱりありましたね、こちらも。結局モリー自体は出ずですね。でもまあ愛して555223電話番号でも捨てちゃったんだ。これちなみにエクストラは何？あ、カットシーン、ああ、そういうのがあるのか。嘘でしょ。1個しかないの。もっと収集しただろう。隅々まで見たぞ。嘘でしょ。実績、何にもやってないや。あ、尋問でね。いい小説チキンポリスを全10巻見つける。1冊も見つけてないやん。確かに本棚みたいなのはいっぱいあったけど、そんなに調べれるとこあった？本当に？ゲーム内のキャラクターと全員話すはこれはやってるよね。やってないことが多いって。すべての限定シーンの地点を訪れる。これはなんかまだまだあれですね。やろうと思えばどんどんできそうだし、ボリュームはそんなにでもわかんない。ないかもしれないけど。お話自体はもうあれに集約されてるだろうから、多分2週目3週目の方が全然楽にできると思います。もう話自体は分かってるからね。これはなかなかでもすごい凄まじい世界観のゲームでしたね。もちろんお話だけじゃなく、この見た目もそう、世界観もそう、なかなかやる機会がこういうのってないから、こういう、なんていうの、お話メインの、ほぼお話がメインのゲームってあんまりやることがないから、ちょっとすごい、新鮮な気持ちで、全3回やりました。だいぶ時間かかっちゃったけど、これはちょっとね、話が気になったから、最後まで見れてよかったです。見逃した方いたらね、アーカイブかなんかでちょっとちらっと、コントローラー落とした。見ていただけたらいいなと思いますね。ハードボイルドでしたな。私のお休みはもうこれで、ほぼチキンポリスで終わってしまいましたが、ファームトギャザーと。どうしようかな。まだ平日の深夜ですけども、 元気だったらもしかしたら夜なんかするかも、今なんかするかもしれないし、寝るかもしれないし、まあ皆様明日平日でお仕事学校だと思うので、まあ無理はせず、もし寝られなかったらぜひねまた遊びに来てください。わかんないけど、でもとりあえずチキンポリスは今回で、終了でございます。次まだシリーズものがちょっとね 2,3 個抱えてて、それを終わらせないといけないので、まずポケモン銀、あとパズル探偵スカウト、これもまだ結構あるので、あと、星のカービィファミコン版、これ優先的に終わらせていきますんで、多分でも明日お昼起きれたらドラクエすると思います。はい、そんなわけで、チキンポリスペイントレッド、これ今 Amazon プライムゲームスで、無料で配布されております。これ日にちはいつまでかわかんないけど、まだ今のところ無料で配布されてますんで、気になった方は PC に落としといておいたらいいんじゃないでしょうか。解像度も選べるので、結構スペックの低い PC、私のスペック低い PC でもだいぶ問題なく動いてたんで、多分どの方の PC でも動くと思います。面白いので、ちょっと無料だし、この機会に落としておいたらいかがでしょうか。買ったら2000円ぐらいするのかな、わかんないけど、せっかく無料配布なんで、ぜひこの機会に落としておいてください。ではでは終わりましょうか。こんな深夜まで付き合ってくださった皆様、コメントくださった皆様、高評価いただいて皆様ありがとうございます。また明日から配信頑張りますのでよろしくお願いいたします。ではではおやすみなさい。ありがとうございました。ザキでした。バイ。